Okay, so now we're on to phase 2 of our perspective funnel. Hopefully you've got something kind of like this between 5 and 10 shapes, all going towards a single vanishing point, all chopped off, mostly looking pretty 3D, right? And we're going to now add a little bit of an illusion here by putting some holes in these shapes and then weaving something through all of those holes. So this one goes a little bit faster. Just a couple of things I need to be aware of. So we have several different sides here, or planes as they're also called. So we have the initial shape, which is front facing, meaning this is even and it's facing me. And then I have the receding side. A receding side is anything that's moving away from me, moving towards the vanishing point. Okay. So some shapes have more than others, like the triangle has one front facing side, one receding side. Whereas the T has the front facing T shape, but has 1, 2, 3, 4 visible receding sides. There are more that I can't see, but these are the 4 that I created that I can see. Bunny has front facing, 1, 2, 3, 4 little, I guess that counts as one side, but 4 sections of that one side moving away. So I'm going to poke some holes into all of these sides. Anything that's on a front facing side is just going to be a circle, right? Because it's even and facing me. But anything that's on a side that's moving away is going to turn into an ellipse or an oval, right? Because anything that's placed on a side that's moving away is also going to be distorted, also going to be moving towards that vanishing point. So I'm just going to go around and add some holes wherever I want. Now I want to be mindful as I'm adding them that at some point I'm going to be linking these together. So I do want to kind of visually imagine, like, how am I going to thread through all this stuff. One other little note, as things move closer towards the center, so like the bottom of this T here is close, you see how the angles are sharper, it's almost almost upright. Well, the circles on that get a little bit more distorted, a little bit thinner. Whereas something that's farther away, like this, the bottom of this shape, you can see more of this side, so it's going to be a little bit more open. So just like imagine your iris or your pupil. You know how your pupil contracts and expands depending on your how much light is entering your eye. That's how you kind of shrink and open the circle depending on how it's going to go. So go through and add some circles and some ovals depending on where. Well, that one's kind of curved, so I'm going to bend that one a little bit. Where you want your idea to thread through. Right? You can always add more as you're working, but it's good to get some started. It's kind of making everything look like Swiss cheese. So I have those 2 ovals there with a circle. Now you might be looking like, that's a circle. No, it's an oval. I drew an oval there. I've got a lot of shapes here. Okay. Once you have all of your openings drawn and you're ready to start threading, imagine where yours is going to start. And then what I like to do is I'll just start by drawing a line, threading through each of these spaces. Right? And how that line moves is up to you. If you want to kind of jump in and out, skip over ones, loop back around and come into it. It's as complicated as you want it to be, but I'm following that flow. So remember the ribbons that we drew? You're establishing a flow that's going here. And if you want to bring it out and have it wander and then come back in, it's up to you how you want to make this flow through, but you want to just draw a thin line as your thread, right? Ooh, where's that one? Oh, I have to, see? I just ran into a spot. I came in, and where's it going to come out? Maybe it's going to come out here, and then loop back in here, and then I'm going to bring it back out there. All right? And I'll turn, and there, I went all the way through everything, right? Now I have a path to follow, and I can start to add my drawing of whatever this is going to be. So maybe I'm just gonna make it like a vine. So I'll add like some leaves, and I'll start adding some thickness to it. And then along the way, I can start adding some other leaves. Kind of got like a Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. How does it go? And then, well, we'll get to shading and adding some value in the next phase. But for this one, you just want to match your continuity, match your flow. Keep that going through, being mindful of how things are passing through. You're going to have little sections where you end up erasing the overlaps, right? To maintain that. And then adding your little, I don't know, maybe I got to add some thorns on here. Maybe it'll be a rose bush. I can put some roses on here. Add some leaves. Space vine. But you're going to wrap your vine or branch or tentacle or string or lightning bolt or any number of different things. Use your imagination, come up with something interesting to kind of thread through all of this stuff. I'm really curious to see what you guys come up with. Right? So establish your holes, open sides and ellipses, and then run a line through them all. Come back, add detail to the line to bring it out. So that's the completion of phase 2. We have one more step, phase 3, which is going to be adding value and cleaning up any space or color if you have color. Good luck. Looking forward to seeing your work.